Welcome to the Hustle and Motivate podcast. As you can see, we're doing something a little different today. We're doing video. Will, what's going on, man?
Can't call it, man. How you been?
I'm good, man. This is a topic that I have been dying to get off my chest, if you must say. Photo versus video. We're going to go back to the wedding world a little bit, and we're going to spend some time here because this really grinds my gears because y'all really annoy me. I'm speaking for all videographers out there. I'm doing this for y'all. We're going to try to talk through the tension that sometimes is there, especially when it's somebody you don't really know who you're working with. This doesn't go to all the different people that we work with, because we work with a lot of people, but there are a couple, maybe 90% of the people you work with you probably don't want to work with ever again. So let's figure out why. Is it the videographer's fault? Is it the photographer's fault? But we're going to talk about it up here. So let me go first with the first thing that gets on my damn nerves with y'all. Okay. And it's not y'all fault. This actually is it's a thing that's going on with planners. Everybody seems to answer the photographer because y'all are like the primary thing. And I get it, y'all come first. People are trained to want pictures when the Instagram era, and although reels are taking over, we are in the picture era. We've always been in the picture era. Pictures worth 1,000 words, all that stuff. But and I don't have a problem with photographer taking the lead.
You used to like
when that photographer is experienced.
Okay.
When the photographer does things that make sense. But 90%, I'm not going to say 90%, but a lot of photographers are hiding behind the fact that y'all can shoot raw and y'all can buy actions to make y'all pictures look better than really what they are.
Don't get me started on that. I'm going to be on your team with that.
Let's start. My first thing is, why is it the photographers are given so much power? First of all, some of y'all don't need to have the power because y'all can't run a day. But the ones who can run a day, I ain't got no problem with it. But because they normally we converse as a team effort, we talk. Why is it the photographer has so much power?
Well, I mean, this go back to before we were even in this. Before, pictures took precedent over everything.
Yes.
And video, that didn't start coming around till actually we got into this for real. Like, people have been doing wedding videos, but when I think back to like 05, 06, and I'm watching movies and TV shows and I go to weddings myself, you think videography, you see the guy with the big camera on his shoulder.
The tripod with wheels.
Yeah, exactly, all of that.
All the moms say that, like, can you explain this? Because this is from when I got married, and so I get it.
And that's what you thought of when you think of videographer, but now y'all have more. You're just as important as a photographer.
Y'all don't think that?
I do. I understand. I've been saying this for you. You and I have had personal conversations where I've said video is about to take over everything.
Let me leave with a disclaimer. You were one of the photographers I was talking about.
Okay.
Because you know how you were
in the beginning
from 2014. It took you a long time.
Yes. To start to think of.
This is when he became a fan. Yeah. This is when he became, I need you guys. I like working with you guys. When he realized we started bringing light. And once we realized he started bringing light, he didn't have to use his flash.
I kind of like these guys.
He became, let me stay on our side. It was a wedding that we did, and he was the second shooter. I was the lead. I'm not going to say who photographer he was working with, right. But this photographer told me, hey, man, could you cut the lights off, man? Cut the lights off. They're taking away, just taking away from my shot. Will walked up behind me after that man left. Don't you cut them damn lights off. He don't know what he's talking about. Cut the damn lights off. So that's how he realized how much power we have. But why is it that, okay, you go into the day? And a lot of it, honestly, videographers, y'all got to step up too. Cinematograpers, videographers, content creators, whatever y'all calling each other nowadays. Y'all have to step up too because you can't just go along with the day. If you have a certain aesthetic. Now, if your aesthetic is what the photographer doing, okay. But you have to have your own aesthetic and know what you need. Don't sit there and just say, oh, okay, I'm gonna just do this because they're doing it. It makes my job easy. Because if that's how you're gonna be, then you can't blame a photographer when they don't say nothing to you because you've been going along with them all day. But what is your issue? Let's talk about one of your issues before I keep going down my laundry list. Because you got some.
First of all, I want to understand what at this point in my career, I don't at any time, and I kind of stopped marketing myself to weddings or whatever. But if I were to get a wedding and somebody asked me for a videographer, I only recommend you. The experiences that I've had where I'm doing family portraits, which are already stressful enough. That's one of my least favorite parts about shooting weddings, man. I got it. That's just. But for you to be there and like, hold on, y'all look into the camera and smile and laugh and we don't got time for this shit. Like, what are you doing? Why do you need to be here getting this cheering and laughing? Like that can wait after we do like bridal, like not bridal portraits, but like bridal party stuff. I can understand you getting it then, but to get mom and dad and we already got uncles and cousins running around here. We trying to gather and get together, and you cutting in to what I can make efficient in 10 to 15, 20 minutes tops. You cutting in at that time. Then we gotta reset. So what should have took 15 to 20 minutes is now taking 35 minutes. And then you got the planner coming out. Hey, how much time y'all got? What do you mean how much time we got? Ask this guy. Ask this guy how much time we got. And then you want to look at me like I'm crazy for ignoring your ass the rest of the day.
I'll say I haven't had a client ever ask me to stay out there for family portraits.
We've been working together for 10 years. You never have.
Well, because I don't think it's important.
It's not.
But unless they want some type of candid moment, some type of candid situation.
Stand to the side with a 70-200 then.
But I get it, but yeah, I'm not gonna knock anybody who go out there and shoot it. It don't do nothing for me.
Right.
Because I'm never gonna use it. And in the 10, 11 years I've been doing this, nobody has ever asked me to stand outside. One bride, like, yeah, I guess you can stand out there.
She don't even think nothing of it.
I didn't even go out there.
The only reason she probably brought it up was because you said something.
Yeah, I didn't go out
there. They don't even.
Whenever they bring it up, unless they emphatically bring it up before I bring it up, I'm not going out there. They're not going to know. Not one person's ever said
they don't care. Me. When it comes to the video, they do not.
Well, just because I get it. If the families are together, it's a nice intimate thing. I would say you probably want to, if that group is not being shot, that's when you grab them and do something with them.
Yeah.
I get it is about etiquette and timing, and everybody's got to respect everybody's time. Because one of the main things is the longer the family portraits take, the less time you have with the couple.
There you go.
Y'all have been known to leave videographers when it's somewhere y'all leave off the property. Not like, once again, I'm not speaking for everybody.
Right.
Most of y'all, I'm sorry, I'm be proper. Most of you photographers, that's probably not proper either, but most of the photographers are fine. I have a difference of opinion on how I work versus how they work, but majority of them are fine. I've only encountered 2 or 3 where I flat out said, "Oh, they're gonna be trash." Coming in from the first day, yeah. It don't got nothing to do with the flat lay, even though I don't really get the flat lay, but I do get it, but everybody does it, so I get it.
You know why that is, though, right?
Somebody starting flat lay trend, and not everybody doing it.
It's blogging, and that ain't even relevant no more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, stop. If you do flat lay, it's fine. Because most of the time they're there before I get there anyway. And they're doing details, and while they're doing details,
hey, you want to get a flat lay?
Never. I've never shot a flat lay. And the one time I did do it, I just did it because we were running behind, and they took too long to flat lay. So,
did you even use it in the video?
No,
I ain't think so.
No, no bride's gonna ever look at me and say,
"Did you get my flat lay?
Did you get the flat lay?"
Fuck no.
I rarely shoot. I mean, I shoot details, but I'm not about to shoot that many details. And I'm not knocking anybody who do. I mean, if you shoot what is it, the invitation and all that, it looks good. I ain't gonna lie, it do look good when it's done right.
When it's set up right,
Yeah, it looks good, and I get it, and I think they factor that into the timing. Like you come an hour earlier, however you do it, you do it. But why? Because while they doing the flat lay, I'm in there with the bride. That's when a lot of the candid moments happen.
That's very true.
You're spending so much time on the flat lay, you missing
Very true.
candid moments, and that's what I think. One of the issues with photography now is there's not all. Because I try to leave that disclaimer because as soon as people see this, I'm not like that. I wasn't talking about you if you weren't like that.
Well, don't even say not all. Then if it's the shoe fit, then don't wear it. Go on about your business.
So my thing is, you miss candid, and I think that's one of the major issues I have. That everything's so posed. And it's not that y'all have control. Oh, the planner comes to guys. Oh, and I'm getting ahead of myself because when we get receptions, when I really don't have a big problem, and the ceremony, but it's like you pose so much, you don't allow the bride to be in the moment.
I agree with you.
Or you don't allow the groom to be in the moment because you're too busy trying to get the perfect picture.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've had brides say, I'm so glad you were there because you got the candid moments and you got us there ourselves, and we just feel like our pictures were a little too posed. Now, you should have done your homework before you hired the person you hired. Like, I'm not gonna blame it on the person you hired because that's their style of work. And if that's their style of work and you still paid them, that's your fault. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's your fault unless they just completely switched up on you, but I'm not gonna sit up here and be mad. I'm not gonna blame the photographer all the way. So that's one of the major issues is you don't step back and just let the moment happen. It's like you can, because that's one of we keep our head on the swivel.
Yeah,
that's what we taught. So if you're standing in the corner watching,
not all,
and you're looking around, and you notice, she's having a moment with her bridesmaid. It may not be in the perfect light. It just may not be in the perfect light.
That's it. Just snap it.
If she's in the moment, do not stop the moment to put them near a window.
Black and white it later.
That's another thing y'all get away with. That's trash.
Black and white it later.
Y'all try not to cuss, but y'all be if all else fails, black and white.
Black and white.
That is some BS.
Black and white it later,
but
man.
whatever. Because I never want to do your job.
Right.
Like the whole editing, culling, brushing, and all that stuff, and then just do all that work to come back and say, "Is this all the pictures we're gonna get?"
My God, hey man,
that ain't my problem, man.
This it?
Yeah.
You got more? Can we buy more? Oh my God.
And I used to fight it like prep. Now I don't figure out how to work around y'all because most everybody wants natural light. Now I'm not gonna hunt down natural light and put them in a spot like certain locations. Yeah, Chrysler, y'all are one of them. Not gonna lie, nobody wants to shoot in that room y'all got. No offense, it's just not the greatest room if you want natural tones. So I get why y'all take them outside and try to recreate it.
Yeah.
It took me a while to really accept that.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, it makes sense.
I mean, those gardens are just...
Yeah, you can't... It's better to take them outside and do it. But I've been in some place where it's literally, like, not even... I mean, I had a photographer who didn't even, like, come inside the room because they didn't think it would be enough light.
So what did they do the entire time?
This was years ago, by the way.
What did they do the entire time?
They picked a spot outside. They did everything outside.
So she got dressed and then went outside and recreated everything.
But it gave me the whole room to myself.
I'm sure
I was great.
Yeah.
But took them outside and redid.
I've had to do that at Botanical.
But the problem is because they took so long in the flat, like we were behind on time. They were rushing the whole time to get ahead. So it was like, had you just looked in the room, you would have been fine. I don't remember what venue it was. I didn't think it might not even been here. I think it might have been in like Maryland. And I had never even been in the room before.
And you just knew how to work it.
And I just felt like if there's a room, it's a window in the room.
It's a window in the room.
And if it was 4 windows in the room, it's a hotel room.
You can make that work.
Like, so
all I need is one window. I'm cool.
One window and I'm cool.
Good.
You know, and sometimes you may not have the luxury of a window, and then I get why you take them outside, and that's when you make the compromise. Like, okay, I gotta
really want to get technical. I can add a flash and make my own window, but that's just
everybody not you. Stop it. So, but that's also learning your craft, and a lot of photographers and videographers don't learn their craft. You come in, you get your camera, you shoot, you learn a couple little things.
Buy your presets.
Buy your LUTs. You shoot in 4K, and you think, oh, I can fix it later. No, the hell you can.
No.
Some things I've literally seen underexposed to the point where I couldn't see me.
In a video?
In both.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've actually hired somebody and they underexposed the whole wedding.
Intentionally?
Didn't know how to use the camera.
But they were calling themselves.
Through the viewfinder, it looked fine with them. But they didn't know how to adjust their settings. Luckily, they were just like the
third camera,
to back up. So it didn't matter. But
if you needed that footage, you would have been in trouble.
Yeah. I whooped his ass. But that's just the problem. People don't learn their craft. So, and that affects everything. And I don't learn your craft and learn how a wedding goes. I don't know who came up with the whole stand in the center aisle with your 50 and just shoot like that. But that is stupid.
That's another thing y'all do too, though.
I'm going to get to that now.
That's another thing y'all do too, though.
Share the aisle.
Yes.
You know, like when I work with a photographer, I don't care if they go through the aisle. They know I try to talk about it with everybody up front. This is what everybody should be doing. Meet before the ceremony and just get the layout from your people.
Where you gonna be at? Yeah.
Where y'all gonna be at? Where you gonna be at? All right, we normally run 2 cameras on the edge. We run one up the center. Are you gonna be in the center? I may use the center. Okay, if you do, whatever. I can guarantee most photographers some don't have 7200s. I get it. A 50 is ridiculous though. But I get it. You want your wide shot, whatever. But I know you're gonna be in there for the rings. I know you're gonna probably want to get a real good wide shot of the whole ceremony site. And I know you're gonna be in the middle for the first kiss. At minimum, and then come back down the aisle and come down. At minimum, I understand that's gonna happen. I have other angles to cut to.
I can get around everything you just said. I can get around it.
But what I can't get around is you standing directly in the middle
the entire time.
You're
not doing your job anyway. If you standing there,
other moments that can be captured.
How you shoot a ceremony? This is how you shoot a ceremony. If you want to know,
Educate us, please.
Easy. You have your processional. So I'm gonna be at the front of the aisle photographing that. And here's another trick for you. If you want to catch the groom where you're not turning around going back and forth, get a picture of him before she comes out. And then you focus on her coming down the aisle. Then you might turn back around one more time, catch him, done.
Y'all have gotten, some people have gotten in trouble with that.
What you mean?
I did another wedding. Once again, when you guys don't do right, I hear about it.
I'm sure you do.
I get the email, I get the text message, because all it does is make you look better.
Yeah, and you done sat back the whole time in the middle of the day, and ain't nobody paid you no mind, but you did your job. Everything was on our shoulders.
The greatest thing I can tell videographers is to learn how to be a ninja. That means don't look to start nothing. Don't start no beef.
Don't say back. Yeah, don't say nothing.
Pick and choose your spots where you need to get what you need. But for the most of the time, just chill.
Yeah.
Don't be a fly on the wall. Because I guarantee you, at some point, that person might slip up. And I hope they don't, because it is somebody's day, and I do feel bad. But I did one wedding where the photographer was out of focus the whole ceremony. Do not ask me how. They were old, and I think they shouldn't even been there. But people still hired them. And that's how it was. But it was one wedding where the photographer was at a women's club. And that's not hard to shoot for a ceremony. You're inside. You're in the front.
It's kind of difficult.
Bride comes down the aisle, but your back is to the photographer.
Depending on the time of year.
I'm sorry, your back is to the groom.
Yeah.
It was spring.
Oh, okay. So you cool. Okay, you good at that point.
Well, no, it was plenty of light in that room.
Okay.
Came around. Bride comes up the aisle. And it's just September wedding.
No, you good.
Bride comes up the aisle. And that was an iconic. Every bride has that dream of that vision of her coming down the aisle, the groom, and just crying. Everybody has that vision. Some guys do, some guys don't.
Right.
Came up the aisle. He bawled, but he didn't bawl long. He cried long enough for her to see him from a distance and remember.
Sounds so fake, but okay. Go ahead.
Like, because he held, it's almost like he knew he was crying and it was like,
I'm gonna hold it back.
yo, I'm a soldier. I don't need to do
For
this.
sure.
So he wiped his tears, and then he kind of looked down a lot and he looked up, but he was trying to contain himself. But she remembered that moment.
And she wanted to see.
Mind you,
Yeah.
I'll even tell you about how we fixed it, how I fixed it. Well, so I got that. I got him coming up the aisle. You know what? I got a camera on him, camera on her. All right. Photographer misses him reacting. Yeah, misses him reacting. And the funny part about it is we did his letters. They did letters for each other where they read them out loud. Right? Well, the audio from his letter, God, was horrible inside because it was just too much going on. I wasn't there when he recorded it, but it didn't come out as good as it could. Actually, the mic slipped out. The jack. The mic slipped out the jack. That's why I wasn't there. Everything was done right, but because he was moving so much, the mic popped out. I had to re-record him reading his letter.
You had to re-record it.
He was a soldier, so he had his uniform on.
Okay.
They met me at Women's Club. We re-recorded his letter, inserted in the video, everything's fine. While we were there, and they had already saw the video, by the way.
They just
And I
listened to one part.
and I asked them. No, I put it in there, but I asked them, hey guys, do y'all, if you want to re-record, as long as he's willing to put on his uniform again, since he's not changed, that's what he wore. It worked out. Got lucky that time. You can't reenact the bride.
That's it.
coming
Yeah.
out the aisle. She brought it up while I was in there, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad we hired you." Yeah, I'm not too happy. And I thought the bride and the photographer were gonna be BFFs after the wedding because they were so much having a good time,
Always.
dancing together. All
Yeah. The dance floor. You're my bestie.
And I'm thinking like, oh, they're cool. Like it didn't bother me because she was good to work with. I ain't had a problem working with her,
Right.
but she missed that moment. Once again, I feel like you guys now are so trained to get that portfolio building, blog building, IG building,
They are.
posts that you do not get the candid moments that really
matter.
is why you got hired.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, but that could have been easily avoided.
I get 7,200. I mean, but everybody's not trained to learn that.
That's what it go back to. What you just say, learning your craft. I'm sure I can tell you exactly what this person did, and I wasn't even there. They were focused on her coming down the aisle with her dad. Snap, 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 snap. I'm gonna stay right there in that. I'm not gonna look at her parents. I'm not gonna look at his parents. I'm not gonna look at him. I'm not looking at anybody else. I'm focused on this one specific moment. It's 1, 2, look around, turn back, boom, boom, go back.
Because that's even what I do. Because think about it, once they stand up, you can't see the bride anyway. By that time,
Well, that's another thing we should have conversations with.
by that time, I'm
person.
pretty much
Gone.
looking at family.
Yeah, pretty
Like, I'll
much.
slide my camera out. Like the camera that was watching her come up the aisle, I'll take that camera and step to the front a little bit and get parent reactions, guest reactions, bridesmaid reactions, because you always gonna get a bridesmaid crying, bridesmaid reaction.
Yep.
But everybody don't know that, and everybody don't know how to move in timing.
A shot that has gotten me, like, I guess, I don't want to say I'm known for because that's not like I created it, but it tells a good story. You snap her coming down the aisle, you get a photo of him maybe from a low level or just before you, and then you run to the back. and then you get a picture
Oh,
of
yeah.
the back of her dress,
Yeah.
and then you shoot over her shoulder and get her like out of focus and him in focus, like crying or something like that. That takes care of all of that, but you got to be in shape and you got to be able to run fast too. So, that's another story for another day.
It ain't about being in shape, but you got to be able to move.
You gotta be able to move proficiently, though.
But how can you do that if you don't got 1700?
That's the point. Why don't you have a 70 to 200 shooting weddings? Why don't you have a 70 to 200 shooting weddings? You're 50, you're 85, and you're 35. No go. 70 to 200. It gets the job done.
It gets
But
you
the
through,
only-
but
you know what?
there is a limitation with not having one.
The only reason you have those three lenses, and I know why, you're focused on the portraits. All three of those are portrait lenses. That's the only thing you're concerned about.
But that's what that. But I think if you ask the individuals who will agree with you, that's how they make their money. Portraits.
They're lying.
We were in an era where portraits were the leading.
They still are, but the thing with that is like
But it gets you in trouble when you
you're
don't have that
fraudulent because you don't have anything else. Now we're gonna move into what? We were talking about the set. Now we about to go to big boy game now.
What?
Reception.
Yeah.
Yo,
Go ahead.
man, y'all don't know what you're doing.
Go ahead.
I see you in there with your little flash, and you think you can bounce off of everything, and you're just going. That's not how this works, man. That's not how this works. Because I want you to go to venues where they have a dark ceiling and no white walls. I can give you the perfect one, Williamsburg Winery. I want to see one of y'all go in there and work that room.
I take that back. I have not seen the inside with just flash.
You never will.
I do know photographers who have shot with flash.
It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
It wasn't that bad, but at the same time, I've also seen photographers put up like flash and set their reception set up with their flashes for the ceremony because it's that bad.
Yeah, it's that bad in there. It is.
I
And
think I set up one time in there.
Like I would love to have a videographer
because I had to, but the second time I went there, I've been there 3 times. One of them was outside, 2 of them went inside. There was one ceremony I set up the lights for. The other ceremony I didn't because they wanted a certain mood. It was that ISO was high.
You gotta have it high. It is what it is.
It was high, but that's also that's the whole meeting of the minds beforehand. Because the photographer who used flash let me know she was using flash.
She didn't have a choice.
But she let me know, like, hey, I gotta set up some flash that gonna bother you. No, I don't care.
Did you tell me you got something you can take that out now?
Yeah, man, but it don't work. It don't work with Final Cut no more. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I'm still hurt by that. But I had one that it didn't bother. So when y'all was in my way, it didn't bother me. I probably that filter on there and be good. But now it's like
That's another thing.
But portraits. Let's
go back. Yeah, go back. Yeah.
I think you're truly something special, 'cause I really like what you've done to me. I can't really explain it. I'm so into you.
Pause in the action. You like this interview? You like the knowledge you're getting? You like our guests? We continuously do this week in and week out. So we'll be bringing content to y'all week in and week out. If you want to catch the next interview, like, subscribe, hit the ring bell for us. Get notified on the next episode of the Hustle and Motivate podcast. Let's get back into it.
What is the deal? Okay, there's no excuse to ever leave somebody behind. Let's talk about that. You cannot say,
down.
who's somebody you've been working with for 4 hours. Minimum, you just saw them. Let me not yell. Some people you have worked with for 4 hours. Minimum, you just saw them at the ceremony. You've only been taking parenting portraits for 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops. You cannot say you got somewhere else, moved them completely, and forgot about it for the videographer. That is ridiculous. Same thing with first looks, because if I go set up a first look, I'm stopping everything until I can find y'all. I've seen it to where parents gifts. Now, granted, if dad walked in and I was in the restroom at that moment and nobody knew he was walking in,
Different story.
I've had it to where they was like, hey, bro, I didn't even know he was coming in. I can respect that. That's not a big deal. Personally, I just know I'm a little more direct with that. I'm like, whoa. But if you really couldn't stop it, I'm not about to trip on that. But sometimes it's just, you working with somebody else. It's not hard to just say, hey, hold up, guys, let me go get. Because I could be doing details. Because first of all, I can't be in the room the whole time anyway. I'm not a female. I'm not a woman. So a lot of women can hang in the room while the bride putting on her dress.
Sure.
I've come in, the bride is completely dressed.
That's messed up.
When I've been told, standing outside the room the whole time, and then I walk in, they just dressed.
Yeah.
She don't know.
The bride don't know. You talking about?
I'm saying, I don't expect the bride to know, but you should know.
You should know, yeah.
So the whole leaving the man behind, I don't really know where y'all get that from.
They.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know where y'all get that from. They get that from, but it's annoying, and it's because it could be a moment you can't make up from it, and also it puts a bitter taste. Like I worked a wedding years ago. This is that one time I actually let my frustration show in an email the next day. I was livid.
Yeah.
I was livid.
Yeah.
Never worked with this photographer before. Never worked with this planner before. Me and the planner cool. I talked to her about it, and we talked it out. Me and her good. We've worked together since. We don't have no problems. I think that was a learning experience, might have been for her as well. But the photographer was just on some, I don't know, like I got there.
Focused on what she wanted to get.
And we weren't even a problem. Yeah. Like we agreed. If I get there later than the photographer, I kind of come in and just find my way. Check, see what's going on, see where we at, and let them kind of continue running the situation. I'm not gonna come in and take all control, because then you messing up a rhythm. There's a rhythm that goes on in there. You don't know if she's already prepared the bride, or they've already prepared the bride to what's gonna happen, and you come in and confusing everybody. It's just not a good look. So we were already an hour behind them. They were an hour before us. We were staying an hour after them. That's how they get the time. And when I tell you, I've never wanted to cuss so bad in front of let's put this disclaimer out there. I probably was the only black guy there. When I tell you, I didn't. That was the one time I didn't care about being an angry black man.
You didn't care.
So I got there. She wants to do the prep by this fireplace. I don't know. It was a golf course in Williamsburg. She wants to do the prep by the fireplace. No problem. First look, she found the spot. Not even trying to rock the boat on the first location spot. I genuinely can care less what a first look is, as long as it's a good backdrop. I try to trust people's backdrop. Don't put it somewhere with a bunch of dead stuff or a trash can. But I give y'all photographers a lot of credit, because I've never had a person pick a bad spot
for first look.
Yeah, it's normally the same. It's normally, you figure it out. So I normally don't care where it is. I'm gonna do me anyway. I'm gonna find some spots. So she picked the first little spot. I didn't know where it was, but I knew it was. We had to walk out the building, go down these steps. It was a golf course. We had to go down this golf course spot and go down the hill because it was further back. She saw these trees. Okay. I don't know where it's at. I've never been here before. So I go to do something, and I realize they gone. I can't find them at all. Like, I asked the planner, does not know where they at. Luckily, Eric, I think either Amber or Eric
went with them.
Just happened to see them out the window where they were going.
Yeah.
And told me in time. So we rush out there. They took golf course. We walking out there.
You joking?
We get there in time. They hadn't done it yet. They hadn't brought the bride over yet.
Just set him up.
Just set him up.
Okay.
But the bride was on her way. The planner was going to get the bride. That's how I figured it out.
Okay.
The planner
Okay.
was going to go get the bride, and she saw me, and was like, "Hey, do you know what the first look is?" Absolutely not. I've been trying to find her, and she told me. Walked out there, did the first look. I'm living by it right now. I'm livid.
Yeah, because that could have been
not
like
even a sorry, not
detrimental
even
to you all around.
no sorry,
Yeah.
no my bad. I'm livid.
She said, I mean, whoever this is, you haven't told me.
Livid. I'm not gonna say the names,
Right.
Because I've never worked with her again, and I better not ever work with her again. I will decline.
Nothing said nothing to you, didn't apologize or anything.
Nothing,
Like,
nothing. I'm not done.
okay.
So then we get to the reception. She's in my way. Let's stop there. Y'all, and it's every single one of y'all, unless we are in a tight, confined spot, there's never an excuse for you to duck under a camera or walk in front of it. Motherfucker, it is space around me. Why can't y'all figure that out? Y'all have the worst look of time. Like, y'all do not want to go out of y'all way. I got a camera looking right here. It's nothing but 30 feet of space around me. You'll walk right in front of that camera.
Like walking. Like,
You do it. Don't even act like y'all.
I
It's
ducked
all
down,
of y'all.
man.
I
ducked
think the
down.
one person that has never got me.
I dug down.
You're short. You're fine.
Exactly.
But there's space around. There's no need to duck. Unless my back is against the wall, like it is right now, and you have no choice. I don't care. But I've been in crisis where you see the dance floor. It's not really a set dance floor. It's nothing but space. There's a clear path to go behind me. Y'all won't even take the 2 seconds to go behind me. You'll walk right in front of me. Why is that? Come on, defend that.
I can't defend why everybody else do it. I know why I do it. I don't want to lose what I got my eye on already.
I don't give a damn what you got your eye on, because you can walk behind me and keep your eye where it's at. That one little spot I'm in has nothing to do with
But I
my
don't.
spot. You're short. You get away with it. A lot of
That's
people
why I said I
don't.
can't
First
speak
of
for
all, no,
everybody
you
else.
don't, because I've stood in the front. You stood directly in the front. You see the beeline of the camera. It's right there on the groom. And you stood there, put your big ass head right in front of the camera, and you shoot. And I've literally had to look at you and be like,
It was unintentional.
and you like, huh, what, me?
It was unintentional.
And you
bro.
turn around like, oh, my bad.
It was unintentional.
There's no, but the point of the matter is, you have plenty of time to for y'all to have the concept of learning space. I've never seen people who have the freedom to move around
And not move around.
and never move never move the right way. That's like stuff. That's like you literally choosing to go past, and don't even say excuse me. You are cutting me off.
Sure.
So if it is a videographer who only had one camera, who got paid to only be there and bring one camera, they're done. Because if you walk in front of their camera on a key moment,
Oh, you're done. Yeah, you're
they're
done.
done.
You're done.
Because y'all don't have home training. I'm gonna say it. Y'all don't have home training when it comes to walking in front of people's cameras. That is so rude. That is so rude.
Hey, yo.
And there's no excuse. If you want to come in the comments, if you want to DM me, then we can go for it. Because I'm sure I got heat on all y'all, except the ones I haven't worked with. But I'm gonna say every videographer can say they've had that moment. And you can't say that about me, because I pick and choose when I make my moves. I've literally watched y'all. Y'all could be sitting in the first dance, flash going completely off. I'll wait before I do my rolling track. But the minute I see you stop flashing, I take my little circle and I move around. But when y'all don't care, I don't care. I'm not
go
taking
right
my
on
circle.
in.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
move it's when I feel like it.
Yeah.
Because you've already broke
The code.
the
that
code.
Day. Yeah.
But anyway, back to my story. Sorry.
Yeah.
So she was getting in my way the whole night. There was plenty of room for her. It was a dance floor, and there was nothing but space behind us. Why are you on the dance floor? You shouldn't be on the dance floor. Utilize the edges of that dance floor. It's a built-in dance floor, the one you got to step up. So anyway, we're doing it. We get to the exit.
Sparklers.
No, it was inside. It was some type of glow stick.
Okay.
If somebody asks you, are you gonna walk or stand in the back, and you say, I'm gonna stand in the back. I had to learn how to do that with y'all. Because some people stand in the back, some people like to walk. So before we even get down this path, I don't believe in the whole sending them back and do it again. The first time is always the best time.
Right.
Like I don't really do that. Some people do it, I don't. If I ask you, are we gonna walk? Before we get to the exit, hey, when they do the fat last dance and they make the announcement, hey man, are you gonna walk? Hey man, are you gonna walk with them or are you gonna stand in the back? Oh, I'm gonna stand in the back. Okay, I'm gonna keep my camera on sticks. If you say you're gonna walk, put it on the Ronin. Now I just bring the Ronin and say whatever, because y'all switch up on me. Okay. She stood in the back. Here they come. They got this. It's a tight aisle. Here they come. They coming forward. She's low. I'm high. I see her little self walk, got off her legs and walked straight up that aisle and got in the middle. I yelled out, "No, you didn't." Everybody heard me. The people in the back was like, I think we should do that again, don't you think? I said, yeah, I think we should do it again. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's do it again, guys.
No, you didn't.
I need the shot. You in my shot. Now, I'm doing it for the couple. They were a sweet couple. And I was like, I'm not going to do them like that.
Right.
Everybody had already said do it again anyway because they saw
what happened. Yeah.
So everybody in the back that saw me was like, guys, go again. They knew I was pissed. She did it again.
Stop.
She did it again. I said, okay, don't worry about it. I'm good. I got what I needed. Packed my stuff up.
Ain't say nothing.
Left. When I got home, I called y'all. I called you and Josh about it.
Yeah. I think so. It was like what 3-4 years ago.
About
something
3-4 years.
Yeah.
I sent her an email and let her know how I felt, and told her that is the most unprofessional job I've ever been on. And I'm sorry. Everybody do the whole I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You got your pictures. You're not sorry. But
that's all she was concerned about.
Somebody's video. So I put the exit in there. I cut it
right
before they got there, so they didn't notice it. But now, I expose everybody. If you stuff my way, they just gonna see it.
They're gonna see it.
They're gonna see it. I'm not about to do it no more because I tried. So the whole concept of space, I realized everybody don't got that courtesy. So that's one issue. Now I'm gonna go to my main one.
Oh Lord, you got a lot of issues, man.
Let's get to these speeches.
Well, I don't think you are going to disagree on that.
I don't know who started this trend, but the whole standing beside the table and the routing room doing this
is the dumbest thing ever. The dumbest thing ever.
I've literally had debates with photographers about that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's all in fun. Like we're not.
Oh,
arguing.
okay.
But I said I just want you. I'm asking you. So, why do you take the picture when you know they're looking up? And this was just a curiosity conversation. I wasn't mad. Just to see what's the aesthetic. And it was a woman, and she was like, "Oh, I feel like it completes the story."
With them standing next to each other.
Yeah, it tells a story for them. I was like, okay.
That's a BS answer, but okay.
Okay. I mean, if that's what it is, then okay.
Sure.
That was her reason. So, once again, you got to learn how to adjust. It's always me adjusting to y'all, by the way. You turn their body a little bit, so it looks like, but you still got to deal with the bride and groom looking like this.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing ever.
So who wants all this? Now, yeah, it's easy for you to probably go to the corner, shoot them since they're looking up, shoot them that way. But the person still standing up, most of the time when their necks get tired, they're just gonna look straight or look at each other. So what story are we telling?
You're not telling us. That's why I said it's BS.
So why is it? Who started that trend?
That's just what it was. That's how it's always been.
That's lazy.
That's how it's always been, though. Have you ever looked at, think about movies you watch when they give a speech. Where are the people standing at?
Depends on what movies we're talking about.
Rom-com or something like that. I don't know.
I've seen some where they're standing in the middle of the dance floor.
Sure. We know that's the correct and proper way to do it. Or I've also seen where couple is standing in the middle of the dance floor, the bridesmaid and groomsmen might be standing on the opposite sides.
I'm cool with that too.
That's cool.
I've seen it where they've stood beside each other, and they turn and face each other. I don't think I got a problem with that.
That's cool too.
But the whole have them seated
and them standing next to each
And
other,
them
that's the
standing next to each
dumbest
other?
thing ever. But I'm gonna tell you, man, photographers don't. They're going based. First of all, a lot of photographers, they don't want to impede upon that moment. They don't want to be able. They don't want to go and direct and say, "Hey, I want you here," and then you get a combat, right? I've had this happen to me. You had a bridesmaid or a groomsman might say, "Oh, you want me to stand out there in the middle of the dance floor?" Well, you don't have to if you don't. Yeah, I want you to stand out there because I need you to stand. And I have no problem saying it, but you got a lot of people who they might be conflicted in saying that. Like I don't.
There's no difference between you standing in the dance floor, you standing
But there
in
is
the back.
because
Everybody can still see you.
it's you out there alone. You
Hey,
out there alone.
You took the job, bro.
You took the job, bro.
You took the job, bro.
Yeah.
It's part of the job.
You out there alone, and it just feels like all eyes are on you. Versus if I'm standing next to you, at least they're looking at the bride and groom as well.
It's stupid.
It is dumb. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I just think that having them standing out there in the middle of the dance floor, them at the sweetheart table,
There's
and you
different
shooting
variations
side.
around it, and once again, it's you as a team. You can negotiate to where everybody gets what they want.
Yeah.
It's compromising when you're with a team. The problem I got is y'all don't know how to compromise, and it's oh well, I only know how to do it this way. No, you need to learn how to do it another damn way
Yeah.
because
You need to learn how to do it the proper way. This is
I'm not
stupid.
I'm not gonna knock anybody's style how they
I
wanna
will.
shoot.
You don't have to. I will.
I'm not gonna do that because everybody
It's
has their
stupid.
own.
It's dumb.
I think
Don't
it's
do it.
stupid, but that's just my aesthetic.
It's stupid.
I'm not gonna say anybody who tell that. Like I said, once me and that photographer had a conversation, and she told me that it helps to it's a part of helping her complete her
You
story.
need to come with a wedding school.
I'm not gonna argue anybody's reason. I'm gonna let everybody out here know. Don't think y'all can use that excuse like she did, and I'm gonna go with it. Like I'm not.
You don't want to
But
see him
planners,
upset. You don't wanna see him
this is where I got a problem with you. Y'all will sit there and go ask photographer how you want to do the speech and don't say nothing to us about it.
You know what it is?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
want them to see. I want them to think about that. Planners, get it together.
You know what it is? We're mobile. Y'all most of the time aren't.
Then you should ask me because I can't be mobile. Who can be more flexible in that situation?
I can. But you think that wherever
It makes sense to me. I don't know
does.
why it don't make sense
But
to people out here
wherever-
planning weddings.
wherever you set up wherever it's gonna happen, you're just gonna put your tripod down and it's gonna be you gonna be good.
No, I'm not because if something happened, I'm stuck.
I know that, but that's probably the thought process they're
And
going through.
most of y'all don't even sit in the same spot anyway. Y'all maneuvering around. I've seen it to where they put them beside the table, which this is why I think it's stupid. So they'll stand on the right opposite side, shoot the photographer, shoot the person doing the speeches. They'll come around me and shoot the table that way. It's the same as that way, but I think it's just a matter of compromising. Everybody doesn't compromise. Same thing with the family portraits. You gotta do family portraits. I gotta do one-on-ones. That's more important to me. Compromise. Compromise is, look, man, if I gotta do a family portrait, I'll do the groups that you're not using.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna do one big group, and I'm gonna get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Let you have it. That's compromising, and that's the problem I don't think we have is everybody comes in trying to do it for them, get for themselves because they have to have it because they hired me. Well, you ain't in charge. Nobody's in charge. I mean, if you're the planner, you kind of are in charge, or if you're the DJ running reception, sure. But it's a team effort because when everybody's a team, everything works smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody's not a team,
Things get chaotic.
because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be all right regardless.
Yeah.
I've done this so long. Like I can shoot backwards, no mirrors, and still hit the goalpost.
Mm-hmm.
That's how nice I am with this now because we've seen it all, and I know how a wedding works now. Well, I've known for years. Once you figure out how a wedding works,
You good.
but the thing about video, there's never a high. I'm not gonna say expectations high. It is high because you only get one chance.
Now
at
it
this.
is, I think.
You only get one chance at this.
Yeah.
So you have to nail. Like I used to think about, like, man, my job is easy, but it's really not because the minute you lose the vows, The minute you are in focus for something,
That's
the
it.
minute that's it. So
Because
your
you're
job
not
is just as
shooting
stressful.
the way that we shoot, which is, let's say I am out of focus on that one frame. I can just, again, and got another one. So yeah,
So I'll say
it is very important to be respectful to y'all.
you just got to be respectful to who you're working with.
Yeah.
And the problem is, all I'm asking is compromise and be a team. Because when you are a team, the day runs smoothly and everybody has fun. When you're selfish, and this goes for videographers too, somebody leaves mad, and somebody gonna make sure that's when people go on their own. I'm gonna get my mode, and now you start seeing your photographer, videographer cross streams.
Mm-hmm.
And you should never want to be. I personally think, I hope I've never given a photographer a bad experience working with me. Now, I've heard a lot of experiences, but I hope I've never given one a bad taste in their mouth. Because I try not to be demanding. I'm going to make it work because that's just how I am. But if something's stupid, for now I just say it's stupid. Like, I think that's stupid.
I have no issue.
Now you should see their face.
Yeah, I like that reaction. Like, yeah, it's stupid. Now, think about it.
I think it's stupid.
It's dumb.
Or I'll do what I normally do. Okay, you want to get the bride and dress, blah 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 blah. I don't like that specific spot. Okay, go ahead and do that spot.
I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do it over here.
Yeah. And then.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it over here.
Yeah.
Do you? It's not a problem. We got time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it over here. Need 2 minutes to get it over here.
Yeah. I'm already.
And I said in front of the bride.
Yeah.
So
I'm already set up.
As soon as you're done over here,
just come right over here.
and I'm gonna just do it. You can get the first moment of her zipping up her dress and all that.
I'll get some candid B-roll or whatever.
Exactly. I'll blend it in how I want. Y'all still wind up coming over there and shooting what I shoot.
Yeah, because what you saw was better. You're inexperienced. You shouldn't
even the
be there.
experienced one. Sometimes you just don't see it.
Yep. I said
sometimes you just don't see
you
it.
Just inexperienced.
Same thing with portraits. Same thing with portraits. Sometimes you just don't see it, and then you see somebody else do it. You like, oh, that's actually wound up being a good shot.
Goes back to understanding your craft. You ask me.
So
you following and looking at all of these other photographers and what it is they posting. I want to post that too. I want to take pictures like that too.
It's a copycat game. I'll say that. Everybody kind of. Nobody reinvents the wheel.
Nobody. No, it's never. You're never going to reinvent the wheel with this, but at least attempt to do something different than what it is that you normally see. Like, I understand it gets you paid. I get it. I understand it, and I'm so glad that trend is dying out. I'm glad that it's dying out because now it makes y'all actually work. Now you really got to think going forward. That whole lighting area and blown out. I cannot tell you how many times I get emails from clients. Oh, I love your style. I'm glad you don't shoot the light and airy stuff. Like, we don't want that washed out look.
It was a trend
for a long time,
and
it's dying out, and people aren't wanting that no more. And it's gonna put a lot of y'all in a compromising position, and I'm glad to see it.
I think it just forces. Like same thing video where everybody got their own style. Some people do light and area in the video world.
I've never seen that.
It's called
overexposed.
Overexposure. Yeah. Not everything is overexposed.
I've seen that with video.
Some people do a film look where it's a little more grainy.
Yeah.
A little less saturated. I don't like the whole if we in a dark room and you ain't crush your blacks. That's on me. I'm more of a contrasty, shadowy type person.
Me too.
But some people enjoy free light and being able to make everything look, illuminated and be exposed right and look pretty. And then you get in a reception, you don't have no light because you've been focusing on natural light all day. But that's your prerogative.
Stupid again.
Because everybody don't do dance floor washes no more. But now
that's very expensive now. It's kind of rare to see that now, huh?
But it's very rare to see that and uplighting. But when you're dealing with a new bride now, they're cutting out. And I think the brides now are very in tune with what they want.
Which is another story for another day because all they really want is an Instagram post.
I hope not.
You hope not, but that's a lot of it. That's where these conflicts come from.
If it is, it's what it is.
Yeah.
I just think I'm pleading with you all, compromise. That's all I'm asking. Because if you don't compromise,
it's conflict all the
and you try to do what you're gonna do, and you don't try to work it out and be a team player, if you slip up, I'm gonna win.
You gonna hear about it.
I'm gonna hear about it.
But you know, just go back to.
I'm gonna hear about it. And when I hear about it, I'm gonna be like, I can see that.
I can see that. That's a cool answer
See
too.
that. I literally had a bride ask me, can she screenshot? Can she take stills from my video to put in her album?
Wow.
Do you know how I felt that day?
Amazing.
I felt bad. I really did feel bad. But at the back of my shoulder, I was like,
This is great. I won.
boom.
Let's go back to, remember we did a wedding about 8 years ago, and I was sick, and I was upset. We had found this. I was sick.
You're always upset, but go on.
What? Yo, I was sick, and he was like, I had this idea of what I thought that day was gonna be, and
Sick. Oh, yeah, you were. I think I remember.
I yelled at the DJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because he smoke out.
Yeah.
He put out, not fog, the low lying fog that we see.
No,
He had a smoke machine that smoked out the room
Hey,
for the
yo,
first dance and had his uplights going through the
off.
light.
Man.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, bro. Cut this shit off.
Before we close, Will has fussed out a lot of people in this industry, and that's probably why he don't want to work in it as much like he used to. So I can tell you that right now. Will has fussed out a lot of people. I've been around and saw him and been like, he's fussed out a planner because she started a reception without him being in the room.
What was I supposed to say?
He's fussed out videographers because they stepped in front of his shot while he was trying to get the shot. He's fussed out MUAs because they were late and he can't get in the room. He's fussed out He's fussed out pretty much everybody but catering probably.
I have had to run in with catering before too.
You see?
I have.
See?
I've had to run in with catering before too.
So, and I've been there for a lot of them. Or
But you
Katrina.
told
Or
me-
Katrina.
But you told me, you was like, yo, man, you can't go into this with a mindset of what you're going to get out of the day. You got to show up and do your job and go home and make sure that these people are happy at the end of the day.
And that's the perfect way to end it. Is, are you doing it to make yourself happy or your client happy?
Or your client happy.
I get it. You meet with
Yeah.
your client, you prepare them. You even send timelines. I don't got a problem with the timeline. Like, if I get a photography time, or the planner tells me, yeah, here's the photography timeline, or the couple says, oh, photography did timeline, I can care less. I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm within the day. Like, if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm not going to take the couple and go anywhere with it. But I'll easily say, if you're doing portraits, hey, let me know when, I can grab a shot. Because you're going to have to change your lens.
Mm-hmm.
You may have to change your batteries. You may have to change your car. You have to do something. You're not taking pictures every 5 seconds.
Mm-mm.
I intercept myself at those times and I get what I need. So it's ways to get around it. But compromise is the name of the game. And if you go into it to make sure that you're trying to fulfill the couple's dreams, you'll never have a problem.
No. But they go into
Check my reviews
with that mindset
on internet and you
Yeah.
find I've never had a problem. Except one. Lady, you were crazy, but whatever.
whatever.
All right.
Yo.
Anything else, man?
That was good, man. I think we got a little bit of conflict resolution.
I hope so.
This
Will?
will probably be a little controversial.
No, I could have said it way more.
You could have said way more. I thought you was really gonna go in, but
Well, I'm a brand.
you gotta be a little careful.
And the last time we did for further season 1, Art of the Second Shooter, you'll see Will. For those of you who
Still
want to
here.
hear the uncover, he's still here because he called me after he listened to the uncover and just said,
Hey man, come,
"Hey man, I think I went a little too far."
went a little too far, bro. Yeah.
Can we edit this out just to make sure? That's why. So if you want to see the uncut version, DM me.
Hey,
Will, close us out.
yo, I appreciate y'all checking out this first time doing video, right? No, second time doing video.
First, they ain't seen the second one.
Okay, never seen the second.
Yeah.
So this is our first time doing video. We appreciate y'all being here, checking out this first video edition of the Hustle and Motivate podcast. And y'all always remember, always respect the hustle if you earn from it and motivate others in the process. We'll see y'all on the next one.